The mother dog in front of her is spinning wildly, chasing after its own tail. The baby dog on the ground has suffered a great crime. When it finds itself hurting its child, the mother dog stopped to calm her puppies. Not for a minute. It starts spinning again. It must have a great discomfort for the tail. There were only for poor puppies lying on the ground. The baby not only cannot express milk normally, but is also likely to lie at the mother's feet. The owner rushed over and stopped the mother dog's behavior with a wooden stick. After returning to peace, the mother dog licks the puppy treasure. Its eyes are full of guilt. As a mother, she not only failed to take good care of his children but also hurt its own flesh and blood. The owner thought the mother dog was hungry, so she went into the kitchen and made him a sedative. The owner said the mother's name was Oscar. It used to be very docile and well-behaved. She didn't know why it became what it is now. When the owner just delivered kelp soup, Oscar suddenly bit its tail again. The suddenly mad mother dog. The terrified dogs kept screaming. It's just so pathetic. Fortunately, the master came in time to stop it. Just when she checked the puppy's injury, Oscar is chasing its tail in circles at once. Even if the master claps her hands to distract its attention, but it still didn't stop. Oscar is spinning faster and faster. What exactly makes a dog hate its tail so much? The owner looks at the well-behaved dog like this. Unspeakable sadness. And fortunately, taking out the stick can temporarily calm Oscar. As soon as the stick was removed, Oscar started again. The master touched its head gently, reassuring that Oscar will get better soon. Restored to its calm, it had just started breastfeeding. After a while it looked anxious. It kept its eyes on the roof. It couldn't even bother to breastfeed the baby. It's going straight to the roof. Seems like there's something scary on it, making it unable to stay calm. Was it really something on the roof? Does it trigger Oscar's anxiety? But the owner searched for a long time and found nothing. Oscar was still the same as before. Her condition was becoming worse and worse every day. Until the master taps on the wall barely distracted it. But a few seconds later, it started a new round of tail wagging. If it takes a long time, let's not talk about whether Oscar's body will collapse, but its children must have a hard time surviving. The master said that Oscar used to be very well behaved. Since childhood, it has been a role model for serving dogs, but since the birth, everything changed. The team tried to find out the cause of his illness, so they installed surveillance equipment in the kennel. Oscar had just fallen asleep, suddenly awakened by worriness. And this situation happens many times a day. As long as it's awake, it gets sick. The master has thought of many ways but didn't improve Oscar's situation. It still hates the tail. It can even let go of breastfeeding even if it are full of guilt for the baby dogs. The owner kindly let it out for a walk, but it did it again. Until be appeased by her, it can find a short period of peace. Then came the cry of a child. Oscar immediately came back. As a mother, it loves its babies, breastfeeding even if it endures the pain. But how long can this bottleneck last? So the program team brought in animal experts viewing Oscar's behavior to give a diagnosis. The doctor said it was a classic case of spatial claustrophobia. Dogs are usually prone to depression after giving birth. Plus, being locked in a confined space is easy to develop restlessness. Imagine putting you in a confined space. The doctor repeatedly reviewed the video. It turned out that Oscar has been suffering from mental illness. So the frequency of the disease is getting shorter and shorter. If it is not treated in time, it's easy to toss the pups to death. Biting tail every day regardless of physical strength has been broken. And it spins like crazy around the kids. Every time the children couldn't escape his stampede. If this continues for a while, the puppy was not starved to death, but also trampled to death. So the master took Oscar to the hospital. The doctor immediately gave it a comprehensive examination. Before the surgery, the owner apologized to Oscar. It was her own fault that made it sick. When they parted, Oscar looked at its master reluctantly. Soon the doctor scheduled the operation. The owner at this time is still immersed in guilt. It shouldn't be locked in a confined space. So she went home and customized a big house for Oscar, Cleared plastic film is used on the walls. During Oscar's hospitalization days, the owner takes good care of the puppies, so when it comes back, it can see a healthy and cute baby. The next day, the owner rushed to pick up Oscar from the hospital. She is very excited to see the dog recover and can't wait to take it home. Because she's worried about the cold weather outside, she also specially brought a brand new blanket to keep Oscar warm. I also hope the dog will like the new place when it comes back. And the owner brings out the puppies, put it in the new house first and wait for mom. Although the new house made it feel unfamiliar, the bright environment brightened its mood a lot. Everything outside looks so fresh attracted it to turn back and forth several times inside. The master told this will be its new home from now. She would raise its children here from now. Oscar seemed to understand what she means. It looked up gratefully at its master. To calm Oscar's emotions, the owner also specially recorded the voice to coax him and play it to Oscar on the computer. Oscar listened carefully. The ears moved and listened carefully. It seemed to enjoy this arrangement very much. Quietly, it went back into the house and fed children with peace of mind. It may never have thought it can live in a big house like this. Look at what it looked like when it was sick and compare with the face it is enjoying now. It's too big a change. To solidify Oscar's condition, the owner is still in the food-added drugs. Now it has become very active. Take the owner's toy and play with it itself. See how Oscar has changed. The two masters are finally relieved many things. They want the Oscars from now on be happy all the time. Raise the children well and stop fighting with your tail.